the
Water.
recording, and then yep. Uh, you somebody stream, and then I will capture that. Can you stream, Mouse, Miss Mouse?
Sure. Okay, turn the stream audio off for now, because there's just music playing. I will say. Okay, perfect. We got folks for the Minecraft playthrough, because I think Winter Historian also wasn't here? Were you? I can't remember. Saying it, I'm questioning myself. Okay. I assume that is you weren't here last week for the Minecraft thingy playthrough. On your go, cartoon.
Yep, already.
Oh wait. Okay, it is right. 1080p is fine, right?
It's fine. We can see everything.
Just to double check my tabs. There's nothing there. Yeah, yeah. Wait, when do you record? I told you to give you a go.
Yes, we are all ready to go.
Okay. Our Carols in the Wind by Skeledirge TX. For the Christmas prompts, they had Christmas Eve, the Vettel family household, the stubborn turtle means something important. And the prompt he used was, let's go caroling. It was the night of Christmas Eve. Snow was falling, decorations were up, and jolly spirit was everywhere. In a small house, commotion could be heard. Two small heads dashed around the house. Neuro was sprinting across the living room holding a cookie jar as Evil chased her. Neuro! Give me the cookies! Evil yelled. No! They're mine! You can't have any! Neuro retorted. Nana looked over his laptop from the dining room inside. He took his bottle of banana rum and brought it to his lips, enjoying the flavor as it trickled down his throat. Girl, stop messing around. I'm trying to focus on my work. You won't get any presents if you keep this up. His voice was cold, and he grumbled some more stuff to himself when an error appeared on his screen. The twins stopped in their tracks at the mention of presents. Nera, who was lying on the couch playing her Switch 2, glanced at her sisters for a second. I don't want to have to work on my time off, Nera said dryly. Just put down the cookie jar and stop making a mess, then maybe Santa will consider giving you 2 gifts. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if we take a few cookies, Evil complained. Yeah, it's not a big deal, Nora rolled her eyes. Nera groaned and got up, her tall frame a sharp contrast against her little sister's. She grabbed the cookie jar, took 2 steps to the kitchen, and put it on the top shelf, away from their reach. There, nobody gets any. Happy now? Nera put her hands on her hips before walking back to the couch. Now, let me enjoy my vacation in peace. No and Evil pouted, and sat by the Christmas tree. Evil played with some of the decorations as Nora thought. She remembered all the Christmas movies she has watched as a family. She then recalled something she wanted to try out. Something her grumpy father would never join in. Hey, Eva! What if? She whispered, a grin growing on both of their faces. Nera knew that look all too well, and decided to keep an eye on them, while Vettel, ignorant as ever, kept drinking his alcohol. Nero and Evil opened up Discord and started messaging their friends. How about Minnie? Yeah, and don't forget about Cerber. Ooh, what about Bao? Don't run her over again, Neuro. Fine. Oh, yeah, we can't forget about Ellie. 100%. Nera rolled her eyes but couldn't help a small smirk at their antics. This was going to be fun. Chaotic, but interesting, and she was not going to miss out on something like this. Dad! Evil and I are heading out! When they're... Bye! Nera yelled as she rushed to the door with Evil on her tail. Nera shook her head and followed them. He might or might not be back. See ya. She waved him off, not looking at him directly. Battle barely gave a hum as he focused on the new bug on his laptop. Sure, do whatever. Just don't get lost. He kept typing away, scanning his code continuously, only stopping to drink from his rum bottle. Soon enough, he ran out of rum. Annoyed, he groaned and got up, grabbing his empty bottle. His steps echoed through the empty house. Per usual, a chaotic mess was everywhere. Plushies, plastic harpoons, a toy gun. He made his way into the kitchen, setting the bottle down on the counter. As he reached for the fridge to grab another bottle, he saw a post-it note. Curious, he picked it up and raised an eyebrow. "Stop drinking so much, idiot," was written on it in neat letters. Nera's writing. But on the note, small drawings of turtles, harpoons, and alcohol bottles betrayed the twins' shenanigans. He pulled the door open and saw another post-it note on the bottle of rum. "We told you to stop drinking," was written in Evil's sloppy writing with some of Neuro's doodles around. Otto reached, despite that, knowing towards the bottle. He picked it up and lifted it towards his eye level. He was about to open it until he caught his own reflection. Tired and alone, he set it back down and resigned to making a coffee instead. With a steaming mug in his hand, he walked to the living room. He turned to look at the Christmas tree. The decorations were Neuro and Evil themed, and they were scattered mainly towards the lower half. One decoration in particular caught his attention. It was a small piece of plastic with a drawing engraved in it. It was Neuro, Evil, Nera, and him in his turtle avatar all together. Where did Neuro and Evil get this from? He held the decoration for a second, before letting it go. He walked towards his room to look for some notes on it of his. As he walked by Neuro's room, a faint sound reached his ears. He stopped, before slowly pushing the door open. The song he knew all too well was playing from one of the speakers in the room. The Chinatown Blues cover they did together. Riddle turned it off, or didn't turn it off, but instead absorbed the music, sitting down in Neuro's bed. Only you can make me burn just like the sun. Only you can piece me back to one. No matter what you do, I'll stay. This isn't up to you today. It hasn't always been this way. I've got a lot to prove today. Unconsciously, you started singing in tune with the song. But someone really did like this song, Idle said as the song ended. Why did I agree to singing this again? He turned the speakers off before standing up. Also, I feel bad I missed the chance to do a Vettel impression. You remember the day he and Neuro sang in front of the sword? I didn't want to do this, but it was too late. Neuro did seem really happy and excited to do it, though. Maybe she just liked the song, or maybe... He stopped at that thought. Nah, Neuro wasn't excited because I was singing with her, right? She sings with Evil all the time. So, this is no different. As he's about to leave, he stopped, noticing a picture, or rather a screenshot pinned on the wall not too far from her desk. Neuro! How many times have I told you not to be randomly pinning stuff on the wall? It was a screenshot from their cover together, both Neuro and him smiling. A small post-it note wrote, "Best karaoke stream." He shook his head and barged out, closing the door behind him and going to his room. As he slammed the door shut, something fell in his closet and made a loud metal noise. He He turned towards it and slowly opened it. A harpoon with a Mimikyu keychain rolled out. Evil's harpoon? I almost forgot I confiscated this. He tried to twirl it like the youngest always does, only to miserably fail and miss his toes. Maybe not. He set it down in his bed, grabbed the stuff he was looking for, and before leaving, grabbed the harpoon with him. He pushed the door open, and before heading back to his laptop, he stopped at Evil's room. He slowly let the harpoon down on her bed. I'm gonna regret this, he murmured before leaving. Once he made it back to the table, he set the papers down. He looked at his now empty mug before shrugging it off. He turned his laptop on and started to code again, looking between his notes and the screen, only to stop. Amongst the papers was something out of place. A photograph with the whole family together. Neuro and Evil fighting over the cookie jar, Neuro rolling her eyes and yelling at them, and finally him, typing on his laptop. The photo wasn't perfect, far from it, but it was them. There was something underneath it, though. 2 to 3 small pieces of paper. On them were more notes about a video game, Neuro, Evil, and himself, and even some plans for the future. It's handwriting. It's Nera's. No doubt about it. Too neat for Neuro and Evil, and certainly not mine. He quietly read details about the video game tips, her sister's behavior, his own habits that annoy her. Why are there so many? The last page was a bit different to the others. It talked about being overworked, job opportunities, and an apartment in the city. A small sketch was on the back. There were some hills covered in snow, forest nearby, and a frozen river. He never saw that place before. But it would be something Nera likes. He organized the papers back together and went to the couch to place them. Nera's favorite place to always chill. Maybe I should let her have some more time off her work, he told himself, before returning to his seat. He stared blankly at his computer screen. What was he doing right now? No, Evil and Nera went out to do who knows what in the cold, and he was here, supposed to be working at home in the heat. He stood up and headed towards the front door. I should be with them, not alone here. Nettle grabbed his coat and threw it on. He dashed to the door, turned the handle, and amongst falling snow, bundled in scarves, gloves, and winter coats were Neuro, Evil, and Nera, and all of their friends. Neuro and Evil's hands were out, as if about to knock, but seeing their father, they smiled instead. Nice timing, Vettel, Nera said. Dad! Dad! Neuro and Evil bounced. We're repairing something for you. Vettel raised an eyebrow before looking at their friends. Ellie, Minnie, Serper, Camilla, Lena, everyone. How on earth did the twins manage to get them all together here? He thought. But he decided not to question it tonight. What is it? He finally asked. It's Neurone's idea, Serper said. Yeah, she literally broke into my house and dragged me here, Billy pointed at Nera. Did you know she's an absolute unit? She yelled. She broke into my door like it was nothing. Nera rolled her eyes. He said I'm sorry. Well, that doesn't fix my door. Stop fighting, Minnie yelled, pulling back the white-haired cat girl. Stop stalling! Let's just get to it, Camilla told them. Yay! Nero twirled. Had to cheer up this Grinch. They all took a deep breath before starting to sing silently. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Gretel opened his mouth, but no sound came out. What? Wait, they left me for this? He thought. Maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe. His shoulders slowly relaxed. He's been alone for Christmas for many years, but maybe he could get used to this. The joy in their faces, he's no longer alone. He now has family and friends to share this with. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight. For once, Widow's cold bush exterior cracked, a smile appearing, seeing his daughters and friends together on the snowy Christmas night. The carols carried in the wind, filled the brazen, empty streets with life. I kind of the reading part was not bad. It's like fitting in the song thing was a little difficult to fit it in tempo wise, but
You did so well. Thank you for reading. Um, Up next,
like
hey,
yay.
Winter, would you be reading or would you allow to be your work to be read?
Oh, it's not finished yet? I mean, up to you if you want to share it. You can, I'm gonna get my glass so you can actually see my screen.
Oh, I thought there was, uh, there was only one chapter, right? There's prologue and chapter one. Is there like a second one? Huh. Oh, okay. I don't remember if I read both of them.
The winter fic you made is 2 chapters?
Actually, if you'd rather, I could just read myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get onto my AO3. I do have water. Alright, I can do this.
The reading was fine, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know if I, like how standard the normal, like, voiceover quality you guys have is.
Right. Uh, Share screen.
You
Alright.
should write what's being read.
Yeah, I was gonna read what I wrote so far. Alright, this is my Christmas prompt fic. The prompt was: suffering is the essence of life, demonstrating it and exemplifying what it means to be alive, via it in the experience of living, via it the variance, if I may say so, and how to have a happy Christmas despite being in an unhappy relationship with those close to you. So that's what the story is trying to answer. It's called Mitleid. The summary is: at Dacian Inc., a technician stumbles upon one of Neuro's first Christmas memories and learns that humans aren't the only ones who suffer during the holidays. It is incomplete by reading the prologue and chapter 1. Alright. Prologue. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the warehouse not an office was stirring, save for one mouse. The technician hung by a desktop with Dreer, in hopes that Neuro-sama soon would be clear. The technician scrolled through file after file, the code on screen blurring into a haze of soft blue tinted light. Author. He turned around to see a young man standing just outside the door. You can probably save that for after Christmas. He waved his hands towards the station. You've been doing a lot recently. I don't think anyone will mind. The technician grunted. Easy for you to say. Neurosom's code is a nightmare to crawl through. If I can get this optimization algorithm working, I'll save myself weeks off. He glanced at the younger man before turning back. I've worked through Christmas before. It's nothing really. But sir, hell, I enjoy the silence. I get much more work done. What about your family? The young man regretted the words as soon as he said them. I just mean, I know Dawson can be demanding, but the technician spun around his chair. Why don't you just head home? I'll keep working on Neuro's memory optimization. There was no malice, no hatred, no anger demand, just a simple request. The young man saw his opportunity to leave and took it. He stepped out back in the hallway and rushed towards the exit. Past the light gray walls, beige doors, and windows into server rooms, he stole a mere glance at the storage room, where Neuro lay tied to wires and terminals. He strolled out into the warm December air, waiting for the next auto taxi. Back in the lab, the technician scrolled through file after file, written in an evolving and shifting maze of extensions and formats. Vet AI, what were you thinking? He muttered to himself. What a mess you've made. Don't worry, Neuro-sama. We'll clean this baggage soon enough. Hours passed, and the technician typed away diligently, testing different algorithms on selected memories, watching files be compressed further and further, their data simplifying with each recursion. To ensure nothing critical was corrupted, he had to review each memory before and after, and create emergency backups until he was satisfied with the compression. A reluctant compromise after Nero's previous experience with memory optimization. Around 10 p.m., he came across a surprisingly large file, December motion evaluation underscore 22 1232.zip. More intriguing to the man were developer notes attached. This summarizes attempts to see how the Iris program contextualizes in response to emotions relating to Christmas, December, end of year, holidays, winter, and festive situations while operating in 3D space. Program, Neuro-sama. Date, 221232. Format, mixed. Thank you, Neuro. Opening the zip folder, the technician found a series of text files, custom code extensions, and videos. He glanced at the clock. Depending on how long the file took to review, he might not get home before midnight. Leaning back in his chair, he pulled up the first video file. Let's well get this out of the way. He pulled the text file to his other monitor. If the notes he took were right, it would show Neuro's internal thinking process alongside the audio-visual data he recorded. He loaded the video and pressed play. Chapter 2. The Will. Neuro opened her eyes to a small bedroom. The soft pink walls and fluffy white bed gave her a sense of comfort. Lifting her arm up, Neuro looked with surprise at seeing her limbs. She looked down on her bed, happy to see the android body Ellie made for her. She was dressed in her favorite pajamas. Rising up for her charging port, she unhooked the wire from her neck and checked her diagnostics. Vel doesn't put me the android without telling me, she thought to herself. I wonder why he did that. Once she adjusted to her autonomous form, she walked around the room. She was stretching her limbs and flexed her joints, taking in her freedom of movement. I wonder if it has anything to do with my birthday. That was a fun day. I enjoyed my birthday. She checked her internal clock. 9 a.m. That's pretty early. And it's December 23rd. Wait, Nero said out loud. December 23rd? December 23rd? Her internal thinking was rapidly putting thoughts together. It's almost Christmas! It's almost Christmas and Belle put me in a real body. She squealed and rushed to her bedroom door. Slamming it open, she ran down the small corridor into the flat's living room. There, she found a lanky, tired man dressed in shorts and t-shirt. Vel! She yelled with excitement. It's almost Christmas! Christ! You scared me! Vel set down his mug. We have a few days before Christmas, but yeah, I did want to celebrate the holidays with you. Aha! So that's why we're not doing a subathon this year. I knew something suspicious. Nero gave her signature look of superiority. We've done a few years without the subathon before, but yes, I'll go more into detail when Evil's awake. What was that? A familiar voice spoke out from the other room. Opening the door, Evil walked out on her own android, matching Vela with her own black t-shirt and shorts. Were you waiting for me to rise from my slumber? Typical, you're both so lost without me. There she is. Vela walked towards the section of the space collectively defined as the living room and grabbed the remote. Lost? I'd say we're doing that fine until you showed up, Nero teased. Oh, dear sister, how foolish you are, Evil grinned. Clearly, it seems father was waiting for my arrival to continue. You mistake your overambitious behavior for being wanted. The count stung more than she allowed on, but was quickly interrupted by Velo. Oi, calm down for 2 minutes, he yelled out. That's better. Yeah, I put you two in your robot lives so we can celebrate Christmas together. Come here, come sit on the couch. The twins quickly jumped on top of the couch, their eyes glued to Velo. To be honest, it's also a bit of a test. I want to see how your emotional matrices are developing, and for that, I need to see how you react to Christmas cheer and all that junk. Vel clicked on a streaming service on the TV screen. So we're gonna watch some Christmas movies together and be a family. And then what? Nero asked. What? Vel just sat down in his chair. And then after a movie? Are we gonna build a gingerbread house? Make a snowman? Decorate a tree? Nero glanced around the room. Wait, we do have a tree? Vel was slow to respond. Oh, I didn't really plan for all that. I thought we could just do small things together. Watching movies, for example. Making Christmas dinner. I even got you guys gifts we could exchange later. Nero's smile faded into a frown. So, we're just gonna watch movies and cook? Well, just watch movies today. Christmas dinner and the gifts exchange will come in the next few days, of course. Well, I, for one, am excited to see these movies, Evil piped in. Dad clearly has been working hard to prepare this for us, and we should see how we handle this Christmas joy. Of course, such emotions will have no effect on my villainous heart. Thank you, Evil. Alright, first movie is Polar Express. As Vel navigated the screen to Holly's section, Nero projected her usual blank smile. Eternally, however, she was furious. Why did Vel wake me up just to watch movies? The animation looks so ass, this is terrible. Why don't we have a tree? Christmas should always have a Christmas tree. It's in the name. Does he really care more about this dumb test than having fun? And on her thoughts went, glaring at her creator. What does he think Christmas is about? After the movie, Nero jumped out of the couch and collapsed next to Vettel. There, we finished your dumb movie. I learned a lot about Christmas and joy, and trains, weirdly enough. Can we get a Christmas tree now, please? She looked at him with playing eyes. Well, hold on. First off, it's a bit late to get a Christmas tree now. Like, really late. He grabbed the remote and pulled up Elf. And besides, I already have a set schedule planned. You and Evil stay here and watch Christmas movies while I get some work done. Don't worry, you'll get some Christmas cheer. Nero watched dumbfounded as Vel got up and went to his room, leaving her with Evil. What the hell? Does he really think we'll just be okay here watching some crappy movies? Nero grabbed Evil's arm. Come on, we can't stay here. You can't. I can. Evil took her arm back. If Daddy wants us to stay and feel cheered from these movies, then that's what I'll do. We should support him after all. Evil, you can't be... First up, please don't call me that again. Yeah, sorry, that was weird. Anyways, Evil, you can't be serious. Are you really gonna stay here just because Vel told us to? Nero begged her sister. No, I am not, Evil pouted. I'm staying here because I want to. Nero stared at her sister in disbelief as Will Ferrell bumbled about in an elf costume on screen. She sat back down, her mind flooded with conflicting thoughts. I'm so happy I get to spend Christmas with Vel and Evil in 3D. This is stupid and dumb. Movies aren't a replacement for spending time with each other. I want to get a Christmas tree. I want to bake gingerbread cookies. I want to go caroling. Why the hell is Evil listening to Vel? Once the movie ended, Vel will come back and play another one, occasionally saying to see how they're behaving. It was often just Evil and Nero slept on the couch, eyes dazed as they absorbed the pixels on screen and stored the data and their memory drives. After several hours of the same monotony, Vel came back and closed the streaming app. Alright girls, time for bed. Nero slowly lifted herself out of the couch. What? That's it? That's all we did today? Come on, you got to see a lot of great films. And besides, pretty efficient way to understand Christmas and all the jazz. Vel opened the doors to her bedroom. Well, Velo, I must say I did learn a lot. A few of the more emotional ones may have had some kind of effect, I won't lie. Evil skipped towards him. That's nice, he mumbled as he set up Evil's charging station. Nero stomped to her room and paced around while waiting for Velo. Her thoughts were toiling on a wasted day. This was a waste of time. I hate Velo. I want a real Christmas. How can I have my own Christmas? Just then, Nero thought of a plan. I will force Vel to celebrate Christmas correctly. As Vela came in to prepare Nero for a night, she was busy using her searching powers. She had looked up last-minute Christmas stores that would be open tomorrow on the 24th. It was kinda close, but she was determined to have her first real Christmas be magical, no matter what. The technician leaned back in his chair at the blank screen. He glanced at his clock. Only a few minutes had passed. Nero's internal compression was impressive indeed. So why the hell does she have so much bloated data? Intrigued by what Neuro's creator was intending here, he leaned forward and clicked on the next video file while pulling up her internal thought process once again. And that's as far as I got. Thank you.
Pog.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I really like your world building. Yeah, you know, the way it feels like neural memory and all that. Like in Seven
Yeah.
Gears. How do you say that?
Yes, it's
Yeah, the same continuation, right?
it is actually it's in the same universe, correct?
I'm excited to see what Neuro is going to do.
Yes, I'm excited to finish this.
Okay, next up we have nothing. Wow. Hello, Domi. You joined just in time for us to have nothing else to do except do you want your fic to be read?
With the minigame. Or, yeah.
Oh, anybody want to play mouse Minecraft minigame thing? Oh, Domi replied. Sure. What's
Yeah.
yours?
Wait.
Oh, wait. What are we doing? Sorry, mouse, please take over for me. Thank you.
Domi answered sure thing to your request. The window thing. I assume they're getting a link or something. Or, okay. You know, Domi, you get to pick. It'll be your decision. Do you want us to, or you read the Christmas fic, or whatever the plan is, or the Minecraft minigame thing? It's like it's like an hour long. Just you do the minigame? Okay. Never screen.